Hey everyone, welcome to my nature diaries. Nature journaling can be really intimidating sometimes, but I want to share with you some tips that I hope will help you to want to get started because it's easier than you think. My first tip is to practice techniques. Whether you decide to draw animals, plants, or flowers in your nature journal, it really is a good idea to practice some techniques before you go out with your journal. Specifically, the type of learning I'm talking about here for techniques is something called mark making. This is how professional artists make marks with their pencil or maybe even a pen in their drawings. In order to accomplish this, I like to, tip number 2, study artists' practice sketches. If we only ever see the finished work of a professional artist, we might get really intimidated. However, I found these books in my local library of professional artists and their sketches. I love how they break down all of their sketches from the very beginning ones, the most simplistic sketches. I then like to just look and see what kind of marks are they making with their pencil. Starting with the most simplistic sketches, I can then start adding the same kind of pencil strokes or pen strokes that they are making to come up with something that looks pretty similar. Here are just a few examples of different artists that have done this in their sketchbooks, and I highly recommend these authors. Studying and copying these other artists is just such a valuable tool, and you won't regret it when you put this in your own practice as well. Another really good reference book that I have made a video with is The Law's Guide to Drawing Birds. He also features simple sketches for birds. This is a great way, again, copying, to be able to learn what we need to do, actually how to make the marks before we ever get started with our first picture. These exercises don't need to take long either. Just give yourself 15 minutes if you want while you're listening to music or listening to something on TV. Drawing quickly is, again, another way to be able to have a skill so we can capture an image quickly whenever we are drawing outside, again, whether it's animal, plant, or flower. These exercises are a sure way to give us confidence. Tip 3, keep your sketches simple. This, to me, is such an important tip, especially when we're sketching outdoors. What this means is to, first of all, focus on big shapes. In the case of this owl, I'm just focusing on his overall body shape to begin with. Then next, I want to focus on key features. So for a bird or animal, it would mean figuring out where are the eyes or the mouth, or in this case, his beak. And the next one we want to focus on are values. I just want to focus on getting in those lightest colors and the darkest values as well. Don't worry if your sketches aren't that great. It's really not about creating a perfected sketch. It's more about practice, becoming more confident about sketching live. At least that's why I'm doing it. Of course, you can always use reference photos, and I would highly suggest doing that, and I'm going to do that. But this is a great way to push yourself. See that you can do more than what you might think you're able to do. So whether we are sketching a plant or an animal, it's really the same principle. Try to get down those basic shapes, keep it all simple. I have several practice sketchbooks that I use in the field, and I can use these to practice these drawings and maybe use them later in a spread. Overall, keeping things simple is a key to confidence. Tip number 4, sketch everywhere. Here's some ideas of places where you can sketch if you haven't done this already. A zoo is a wonderful place to be able to sketch animals especially. Zoos not only have animals, but they often have beautiful gardens and plants where we can sketch too. An aviary, especially if it has birds that are local to your area, is another great place to not only sketch, but to get photo references and video. And don't forget aquariums, another great place to get sketches and references. One of my favorite places to be able to journal and discover things is like a nature center. A nature center is a really fun place to be able to find inspiration, plants. And this time of year, there's not too many plants where I lived. We do have lots and lots of waterfowl and ducks and chipmunks and squirrels and things like that I can nature journal. And so it's a great place to get started with your journaling. And this really includes local parks with lakes and ponds. Because water is a gathering place for many different types of animals and plants, it's really a wonderful opportunity for us to be able to find a spot and hopefully get a few sketches of what we see around us. It's also a wonderful way to be able to be in nature and not have to feel overwhelmed because we can sit somewhere and relax while we sketch. I know that not everyone is able to have access to different areas like this where we can sketch or maybe see nature in this way. Think of these as more of suggestions of different places that you might be able to discover around you, or maybe even places that you didn't know existed even before. A farm or a petting zoo can also be a great place to take some quick sketches and definitely be able to get some reference photos and video. Following my previous tips of practicing and also focusing on key features as well as simplifying, I'm able to get some really good sketches. Hopefully you'll be able to find some places that can inspire you to make some drawings. A coffee shop or a cafe, it's another place that you can practice sketches. Just to keep me in the sketching practice mode, I like to sketch other things besides animals or plants. I like to sometimes even sketch the things that I'm eating. Sketching your everyday items is another great way to kind of build confidence in your ability to draw. I like to carry a little sketchbook with me where I just draw a few quick sketches of what I'm eating or maybe what I'm drinking, and then I can go back when I'm home later on if I want to and fill it in with watercolor. Journaling your everyday items, again, is another great way to keep ourselves in the habit of sketching what we see around us. Remember that these drawings can be simple, it's just the idea of practicing. Tip number 5 is bring it home. Taking what I've learned from these sketches, now I'm going to go ahead and put a layout into my studio nature journal. Even drawing those large geese has helped me translate into this great blue heron. Although two very different birds, they have some features in common, like their long thin neck and their large body. Our practice sketches have already helped us with our visual and muscular memory. Now we're able to sit down to a blank page and feel free to draw the things that we've drawn many times before. There is power in this repetition of sketching and practice, and it's not something that, we always embrace, but I will say that almost every serious artist is going to take some time to do. What is great about practicing is that the more we do it, the easier it's going to be for us when we want to learn something new. I have found that solving problems when I'm painting in watercolor have been much easier because of the repetition. I just keep doing it over and over again. Whenever I'm not drawing, I do try to also look at reference photos on Pinterest, books, videos, and of course studying other artists. Again, this doesn't have to take hours a day. It can really just take minutes. It just depends on your lifestyle and schedule. I guess the main thing to know is that it does make a difference when we are intentional in our practice. Painting these little wood ducks on the log here was much easier because I had worked on drawing those simple ducks that I had found in the park previously. I wonder if sometimes we don't do something like maybe starting that nature journal we've talked about before. It's because we do feel so intimidated by the idea that we're going to fail. I also want you to realize that a lot of these layouts that I do, if you've been following me for quite a while, it does take me hours to do them. I will say the time goes by fast though, because I really do enjoy making and creating the art. I also don't always just do them in one sitting. Sometimes it takes a couple days because I want to think about what I'm painting and what I'm doing. Even the most accomplished artists have to learn. They have to take time to practice and be able to develop their skills. Nature journaling is a really wonderful way, again, I've said this many times, to accomplish that because of the least amount of intimidation factor. Because we're creating our own diary of the world around us, it's something that's personal, and so again, it doesn't have to be perfect. That means that we're going to create things that we're not as crazy about, and I definitely have art that I like more than others. However, the fact that I fail or maybe feel like I failed at some paintings isn't going to stop me from continuing to learn and to draw and paint. Let me know in the comments if there's something that might hold you back or you feel is keeping you back from starting your nature journal or drawing or painting in general. The best way to defeat intimidation is to tackle the task head on, and that's what a nature journal does for me. Again, the main point is to just get started with your nature journaling or art habit. If you haven't already, please subscribe for more nature art, especially if you've enjoyed or been inspired by this video. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about nature journaling. It also really helps me out if you hit the like button on the video and share, and if you're able to, hype the video as well. Consider becoming a member today. Just click that join button for more information or ask me in the comments. Tip number 6, sketch with a friend. Consider taking a little trip or a hike or a walk or going to the park with a friend, a family member, or even a child or grandchild. Having somebody who shares our love or passion for art, whether they make art themselves or just appreciate it, is a fun way to get our art journey started. My friend and I decided to meet up at our nature realm, and not only did we decide to sketch live, there were also some really interesting taxidermied animals inside that are local to our area, and I thought I'm going to grab some footage and photos because this is another great way to practice sketching because look, these are posing for us and they're not moving at all. This goes to show you that you can sketch a little bit of anything and everything if you just keep an eye out for what's around you. Meeting up with a friend to sketch could be a wonderful way to get your art habit started because it just kind of takes the fear out of maybe going out somewhere and doing it alone. We just decided to work on some practice sketches while we were sitting there watching the birds fly off because they were pretty far away, and it was a really fun time to work together, be creative, and just enjoy what we were doing. Starting your own nature journal or even sketchbook practice is a wonderful way to explore life and the world around you in the way that you see it. No matter what you decide to put in your nature journal or sketchbook, the main thing is that you're enjoying what you're seeing and the idea that you're learning and making art. Referring back to one of my earlier tips is to just start simple. Keep it simple. The main thing is to just get your art practice started, and you never know where it can take you. As always, I like to finish up my spreads with writing. Some of it is diary kind of material of what I saw and what happened, and the other is just information about the plants or animals that I've seen. Writing in my journal has also helped improve my handwriting skills immensely. I want to take a quick moment. Thank you, amazing members, returning members, and new ones. If you want to know more about becoming a member of this channel, check out the join button. And as always, you are so amazing and creative. Till next time, bye.